guys, welcome back to my channel. So as I mentioned in my last video, I'm going to be doing a foundation review today, and it's on the brand Sappho. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it or not. And this is the sample size of their new Paradigm foundation. This actually, Emily kind of gave this to me when she gave the Juice Beauty blusher, and there's a few other little bits of samples as well to try out. So I'm going to try this out today. I've got it in the shade, I believe the shade Mia. I'm intrigued to see what it's like. So I've got a description up on my phone about it. So it says it's fresh and light, and this tone suits someone who's fair, which is me, with slightly pink undertones. I know my face can be quite pink, but I think my neck's quite neutral and I prefer neutral to yellow, but I'll still give this a go and see what it's like. So the formula is nice, then I can just get one that's got more of a neutral yellow undertone instead. So it says it's infused with powerful phytonutrients and antioxidants. This buildable luxury foundation provides light to medium coverage and leaves the skin looking flawless, fresh and dewy. Sappho's essential foundation feels weightless and allows the skin to breathe. Created with the base of certified organic aloe juice and jojoba oil, plus a touch of shea butter for nourishing moisture. It is a favourite among those with problematic skin and smells essential oil incredible. So I did check, this doesn't have any coconut oil in it, which is perfect. So if you're someone who breaks out from coconut oil, you don't have to worry about that. But let's give this a go. So yeah, I've got a little sample here, like I said, shade Mia, and now I'm gonna use a sponge on one side and a brush filler to see what the coverage is like. Now it says it's light to medium buildable, so we will see. I'm not putting primer on. I kind of don't really use primer anymore. I don't know if you've noticed that, but since my 100% Pure one ran out, I never got around to purchasing it, and for the last quite a few months I just haven't used primer, and to be honest, I haven't really noticed much of a difference not wearing one. So I'm just going to continue not wearing it. Yeah, I've put a pump on the back of my hand. On the back of my hand, it actually does look more neutral and slightly more yellow than pink, but we will see. So I'm going to use a sponge on this side and a brush on this side. This is a fresh sponge as well, so we can see what the coverage is like, see how buildable it is, and how it looks on the skin. I thought it had a scent to it, but I think it's my sponge it smells, not the foundation. Okay, so that's one layer on with just using the sponge. So obviously it did say light to medium, so you can still see my blemishes through on this side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the other side with the brush, and then I'm going to build up with the sponge on the other side once I've done the one layer on this side with the brush, just to see what it's like. But it's sitting on the skin really beautifully at the moment. I've been having a few dry patches around here and it doesn't emphasise that at all, which is really, really nice. And my skin still very much looks like skin, but you can see it has done something, it has evened out my skin tone. I'd say the shade isn't too bad, but I probably will go for something a bit more with a neutral yellow undertone. Right, let's try the brush on the other side. So my favourite one is from Iconic London, which you're going to get in a set annoyingly. It's a nice dense brush. Just pick some up and puff this in. I can imagine the brush is going to give me more coverage to start with, just because obviously it's not going to soak up any of the product. And I use less of the product. I've still got some on the back of my hand. With the sponge I used all of the product that was on my hand. And I put the same amount on there. So obviously that sponge does soak up some of the product, and the brush just really uses all the product on the face. So I did have some blemishes down here, and I think it's done a good job of covering that. So yeah, I think depending on like your preference in terms of coverage would determine which one you go for. Like I said, I'm going to try and build up on this side with the sponge to see what it's like. But even with the brush side, it's still sitting really nicely on the skin. It still looks like skin, but you can tell there is a bit more coverage on there, obviously. but you can still see freckles and it still looks very skin-like. But yeah, the brush just gives a bit more coverage. Right, I'm going to go in with another bit on this side with this sponge. I'm mainly going to focus it around this area to see if I can build it up, or maybe it might have to be a brush job for this. Now I really like this sponge, it's the Real Techniques one, but depending on the kind of formula of the foundation, sometimes it soaks up a lot of the product, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, so it's not really covering my spots even with another layer. I feel like it might have oxidized slightly as well, because it's definitely appearing light on this side than this side, so I feel like it might be a foundation that potentially oxidizes. I'm just going to attempt to grab a little bit of that foundation with my brush this time and just go dab over these. Yeah, so just using the brush now and just going over those spot areas. Okay, so now that's covered up, so I think this is possibly a product to, unless you like a light coverage and you've got, you don't really have any blemishes or anything like that, then a sponge definitely works well. It looks really pretty on the skin, but if you're like me, who does suffer from a little bit of acne, well not really acne, spots, and just needs a little bit more coverage, then I think a brush is definitely the way to go. Okay, something I have noticed now is that in the areas I have built up here, it's starting to go a little bit cakey. So you can see there's like a weird build up, and I've also noticed now here it hasn't really kind of covered, and it's also like emphasizing dry texture now, which it wasn't doing before. And now my nose as well. The skin portion here still looks really good, I think, but where I've tried to build up on this side, with the sponge to begin with, it hasn't worked well, and this bit here is not looking too good either. Yeah, so I'm really not liking how it's sitting on the nose area. Obviously this bit where it's built up here is because I went over it again, even though it says a buildable one, and that was with a sponge, but here I used the brush on this half and it's still building up not so nicely around the nose area. So I think I'm going to take it off and give it and not wear it for the rest of the day. I think I'm going to maybe go away, read some reviews. If you've got any tips, maybe I do need to wear a primer with this, I don't have one. And maybe I can retry it again at a later date, but for now, yeah, it's got a weird tightening feeling on my skin, which I don't think I like either. So I think I'm going to give this foundation on this for today. But if you've tried this and you've got any recommendations, let me know. It started off really nicely, and with the sponge it looked nice, obviously not to cover, but it just looked nice on the skin. So maybe someone who is blemish free, this might be quite good because you don't need the coverage and stuff. But yeah, I think unfortunately I'm going to take this off and leave it for today. Yeah, sorry this isn't the best video in the world, might be quite short as well, but it's always quite interesting to try things out, and not everything always works out, but that's the kind of fun with playing around with makeup. Talking of new makeup, Colourpop were doing free international shipping, so I kind of took advantage of that, and I picked up a whole bunch of kind of eye stuff and lip stuff. I don't really pick up any skin stuff because I kind of got the things that I like the Hint Beauty concealer, like my Lily Lolo stuff, my 100% Pure Face stuff, Divina Organics. I'm trying to stick to more natural based products for my skin just to try and help. I know I've got a few that aren't, like I love my Nip and Fab blusher palette and I love the Nabla highlighter palette and there's a few others, but I try and stick to mainly natural stuff for my skin. But for my eyes and lips at the moment, I'm still playing around with the cruelty free stuff, and because I do like special effects and I do the creative stuff on my Instagram, I do need the colours and stuff like that. So if you would like to see a haul of all the Colourpop stuff that I've got, please let me know down below and I can do that for my next video. But yeah, so I hope you found this video somewhat interesting. I know it probably wasn't the best, But yeah, leave any requests for future videos down below. Let me know if you want to see a Colourpop haul, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.